right, welcome to another episode of Piecing It Together, the podcast where we take a look at a new movie and try to figure out what movies might have inspired it. And today on the show, we've got a fun one. It's our first live show of 2026. We were live over at Maya Cinemas for Primate, the Killer 8 movie. This movie is such a blast. Joining me to talk about it, we've got Gina Mizzoni, David Quinones, and Patrick Nelson. We had a great conversation over there at Maya Cinemas, and we'll be announcing some more live shows at Maya Cinemas very soon, which you can find out about by going to piecingpod.com or following me on social media at piecingpod. We got a lot of Piecing It Together on the way between the live shows, top 10 lists, all kinds of other episodes, lots on the way. So make sure you are following. And with that said, let's get into this conversation about Primate. All right, I'm David Rosen, the host of the Piecing It Together podcast. We're going to talk about the movie we just watched, Primate. But before we get into it, I want to introduce my panelists here, starting off with Gina. Gina, introduce yourself to everyone.
I'm Gina. I'm David's wife. I'm a photographer, and I love scary movies usually, or psychological thrillers. And this movie just looked so stupid and crazy that I was like, yeah.
Screw it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. Plus, we can make some references to our pets throughout the movie.
Exactly.
Which,
I know we both thought of Millie the whole time.
Definitely, 100%. So,
Is
Patrick.
Millie a chimpanzee for the folks that don't know at home?
She's a monkey.
Millie is a monkey. Yes, absolutely.
God damn it.
Patrick up next. Back to the show for a second time on the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back, and thanks for having me once again.
Yes, absolutely. Tell everybody about what you do.
I'm a screenwriter. I'm a director. I've got a project coming out in early February, so if you guys are interested, just DM me at patrick.nelson Jr. on Instagram, and yeah, we'll get the ball rolling.
Fantastic. Q, all the way from Miami, Florida. How's it going, Q?
It's going.
Tell everybody about yourself.
I'm David Quinones. You could do a better introduction. I mean, you've known me 25 years.
I don't know a thing about you at this point.
I'm Dave's boss.
Yes, that's right.
By that, I mean I pay for his podcast hosting every month, so
Yeah.
everybody gets to hear these.
That means I can do this for as long as I want and never pay a dime. So, yeah.
I have a integrated communications and podcasting company called All Points West, and whatever. If you listen to Piecing It Together for any amount of time, you've heard me before. So.
Absolutely. Well, I am excited to talk about this movie. I called that this was going to be a fun one last year when the trailer came out, and I said, no, listen to me. I know it's a January release. I know we put out bad movies in January, but that movie looks fucking fun. And sure enough, here it is. And we're watching this opening night, but I know they did like a Mystery Monday thing at a lot of theaters throughout the country on this past Monday, and it seems like everybody's loving this movie. So I feel like I don't know how
Maybe
whole
this will
panel.
be a sleeper, one of those ones that kind of come out of nowhere type.
Exactly.
You know,
And I don't think January really means what it used to mean anymore. It used to be dumping ground for crap movies, but I think that's kind of over with now. And I mean, not that every movie that comes out this month, that one with Chris Pratt looks just unbelievably bad, but not that every movie is going to be great. But no, I saw this trailer and I was like, no, this is going to be just a lot of fun. But we'll get into a lot of things that we liked about this movie throughout this conversation. But the main thing with Piecing It Together, for anyone who hasn't heard the show before, we talk about the movie through the lens of what movies might have inspired it. And that forms the basis of our conversation. We call those movies puzzle pieces. I'm just going to kick it off right away with my first puzzle piece, which is going to be Cujo.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, man, you stole
Sorry,
it.
guys.
Let's stop recording for a minute, everyone.
We gotta
We all gotta figure
this out. Yeah. No, I mean, you got the family all hiding from their rabid family pet who is adorable. But the St. Bernard and Cujo is just the cutest dog in the world. But of course, rabies causes lots of bad stuff to happen. So I was curious if they would find like different ways to get them out of the pool, because that's another like way to compare this. Like they're stuck in their car in Cujo, and it's like a similar idea of like that they're stuck in one location the whole time, they can't get away from the thing. And so I was wondering if they were going to be able to get them in and out of the pool and everything like that, and which they managed to make happen. But since everybody was kind of thinking about Cujo, I guess let's just go down the line real quick. Gina,
Wait, really quick before Cujo,
Yeah.
before we move on from Cujo, can anybody give a guess what the box office was for Cujo?
I don't know.
It's a trick question. It was a USA movie.
Oh God!
When in 1983, back when that was kind of a novel thing, when like Pop throwing a movie on television
Yeah.
was like not really heard of.
The
You know?
Yeah.
USA Network.
The USA Network.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, one of the first. Yeah, one of the first.
Yeah, and nowadays we just put everything on streaming.
Now we
and
just put
makes
everything on streaming,
nothing
nothing has a
makes a
box
dollar,
office,
and
and-
yeah, but hopefully this movie makes a lot of money. But yeah, so Gina, let's go to you.
Okay, so my first piece is this movie called Monkey Trouble, and it was from 1994, and it was with Thora Birch.
Okay.
It was about a little girl and a monkey, like this little monkey that's like a thief. And this is very like politically incorrect these days, but it was like a gypsy monkey that
Okay.
would like pickpocket people.
Traveler.
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it dressed up like a costume?
I mean,
or?
I don't remember if he would wear a costume, but she dressed
Beads
him up.
and
He
stuff?
had like the little baseball cap. Do you guys remember that? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
monkey
yeah.
with the little red out. Like I think he had like a jacket and a baseball cap.
Monkeys
Yeah.
very often were
Yeah.
equipped with baseball caps in the 90s and the
Yeah.
80s. I remember
But it
that.
just reminded me of like the protagonist relationship with I guess. Well, Q said it's not actually a monkey. It's
Right,
a
it's chimpanzee, but yeah.
But this
we'll allow
movie
it.
was
They
called
remember the
Monkey.
ape family.
This movie was called Monkey Trouble, so I'm assuming it is a monkey.
That
Probably.
was a-
Probably, yeah. I don't know if
But I
anybody
don't-
remembers.
But I don't know
yeah.
because times are different in the 90s. Like,
They could have actually like used the wrong species in the title of the movie, and just
Yeah.
nobody would have
And just
given
said
a
to
shit.
hell with it. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just screw it. But all right, cool. Yeah, and this is a much badder monkey.
yeah, and he didn't.
Not monkey.
Yeah, this monkey, this monkey in the movie that I'm talking about, it has a happy ending. There's no like murder or anything like that. Just some like theft.
This movie has that wonderful. We were all kind of talking amongst ourselves as the credits were rolling. Like, this is one of those movies where like nothing is okay at the end, even though some people survived. It's like no, they're lying.
Yeah,
I
to
was
what?
wondering,
Done.
is
To
she
what
gonna
Yeah,
like
I
lose
mean,
her
again, if you
leg?
think about it like this, in the end, you guys still are infected.
Yeah,
Right?
You're infected by rabies.
Yeah.
You've caused an entire family of people to die. Like, yeah.
Is
no-
that girl
no good.
gonna lose her leg?
Oh,
Because that's what I'm
probably.
assuming.
Most likely,
Probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the dad's like, everything's okay. You're gonna be okay.
Fun stuff. Patrick, let's go to your first puzzle piece.
Honestly, I was like you. I was gonna say Cujo with the whole being trapped in like one location. I was just gonna add a little bit more onto it. Like,
Sure.
Like, it's not like it's the intensity is more up, so to speak. Like in Cujo, like they're all trapped in like one small location. The car in the house, it's just like this entire house is this chimp's jungle, and the
Yeah.
intensity is there, and it's just like you're on the edge of your seat, really. Like you will feel it once you see this movie. I'm being dead serious. But honestly, another puzzle piece that I did have would be the chimpanzee scene from Jordan Peele's Nope, where
Nope,
just
yeah.
where the balloon's popping, it causes the chimp to go on a wild rampage. And honestly, if it wasn't for Cujo with this problem, then it's gonna be this, right? Animals going bad, like we've all seen it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, no place to sit.
Gordy, right? Was that the chimp?
I believe so, Gordy.
Yeah, Gordy. Yeah, Gordy was awesome, and that was such a great scene. And I remember because I know a lot of people don't seem to like that movie. I think it's one of my favorite. Of
I never
Jordan
got the
Peele's.
Nope hate. That was very forced.
It's so
a
it
good
felt
movie.
forced that
It's a
when
really
people
good
hated that movie. But one of the main things I feel like people were complaining about was like, what was that whole scene about? And it's like, well, dude, watch the movie. Like try to figure something out.
No,
Like, don't
Patrick
just
Patrick is right though in that what we end up doing in this show a lot of times is we end up saying like, oh, here's some movies that this reminded me of, but like if it's the core premise of the podcast, which is like movies that probably were inspired going through the director's that scene of
for
the
sure.
bloody
most
paw
definitely.
reaching that's so contemporary and recent and like in our minds from that was the trailer. That was the trailer still image of the monk of the
Sure,
of the
yeah.
reaching and having the blood dripping. Like
Yeah.
that's definitely for sure a puzzle piece.
real quick before we move on to Q's first one, because we're still on Cujo a little bit. Does anybody know how this was? Was this a guy in a suit or was it this movie?
Done this with
Yeah.
an actual ape.
Oh,
No,
he did
yeah.
he did a great job, because he felt like a real chimp.
The character design was incredible.
Yeah, and like everything they did they probably augmented it with like effects and whatnot, but like everything they did to make it feel real, it felt super, super real. But all right, Q, let's go to your first one.
So because you stole Cujo from all of us,
Yes.
I'm gonna come for your throat
Ooh.
by taking one that you're gonna be screaming.
Oh, I'm gonna
to
be
yourself.
pissed.
You're gonna be so mad that I took this. I'm gonna go ahead and pick 1992's Dead Alive by Peter Jackson.
Hell yeah.
Did I take it off of your list?
No, you didn't,
No?
but I was thinking about it, but yeah.
So I haven't actually watched this movie since you and I were melted into your couch, stoned out of our minds when we were like 23, watching this movie on DVD. But if memory serves, there is all of the inciting action is a monkey infection, right?
Yeah.
Like so, like
Yeah.
a rat monkey bites the woman and or her son or whatever, and So Dead Alive, movie
Like Gina said in the 90s, like it wasn't quite as politically correct. It was a Sumerian rat monkey. I don't think
Yes.
that's a real thing. So.
Yeah, it could just,
just whatever.
Peter Jackson and his shit. Meet the Feebles ass like era.
Amazing.
So Dead Alive, which is a great movie, and I had not known about until you showed it to me many years ago when we were like 22 years old. So
Yeah, and the whole movie is kind of just like, I don't think there's a lesson here. I don't think there's a theme here. The whole movie is a setup to see a monkey kill people, like a chimpanzee. Sorry, guys. To see
what's
a chimp
the
kill
other
people.
name for Dead Alive? There's another name.
Brain Dead was the
Brain Dead,
original
yes,
name,
yeah,
from New Zealand, and then they brought it over. But yeah, for anyone who has not seen Dead Alive, if you liked the 5 or 6 great gore scenes in this, Dead Alive is the goriest movie that's ever been made, pretty much, and just non-stop sequences like that, and it's wonderful. And it's zombies and all that kind of stuff. It's completely insane and wonderful. I will go for my next puzzle piece, the one that I thought you were about to say and were going to steal from me, which is Congo, which is around that same era, based on a Michael Crichton novel, I believe. But is the apes, they also communicate with like a little speaking device that says. It's the one that learns how to do it, and Amy, good gorilla, like says all specific things through the thing, and so the way that they've trained Ben here to talk through that reminded me totally of that. And Congo, I remember loving that movie back in the day. I haven't seen it since the 90s, but I loved that movie back then, and so yeah, great fun time there. But Gina, let's go to you.
All right, so this scene where the girl's in the car, stuck in the car, trying. That reminded me of Jurassic Park.
Totally.
Like 100%.
Yeah, and I would say also the enclosure too. Also reminded me of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and like the Velociraptor, like trying to hide from it and stuff.
Absolutely, and when it would like breathe and its steam would go on the window and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of callbacks to that. Speaking of the enclosure, I was thinking that would have been a good place to hide from Ben. They should have hidden the enclosure. He wouldn't have been able to get in because he usually can't get out.
Right.
I don't know.
But it locks from the outside, though.
Right. But at least they could wait until a bunch of people with guns show up and save them. I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, what they did a really fun thing in these kinds of like the contained horror trope movies, right? Where I love it when they're at least when it begins where there's no time limit on, like, there's nobody coming.
Yeah.
At the beginning of that movie, the dad is gone for a few days. He only decides to get in the car and drive back to the house in the middle of his, like, whatever, he was having a business meeting because of, like, he just has a feeling something's wrong, whatever. He gets the report that there was rabies. But there was no one from there, the girls and initially the guy who was there, from their perspective, there was no one coming.
Yeah.
Unless they could get to a phone, unless they could get to the outside world. They were in an environment that was static.
Yeah.
Monkey or ape, killing, and like no one's
keep
coming to
doing
help.
it.
You got to figure this out yourself.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to incite action.
Well, and another thing to that point, and we were all also after this movie ended, we were all talking about the score and how just freaking fantastic the score is. But between the score and the idea of them being so secluded and they really don't have access to their cell phone the whole time because it's inside charging, it gave it a much more 80s feel and like a real throwback, which is, the best era of horror movies, of course. And like that time where you really just aren't connected with anybody. So if you're stuck in a situation like this, you're stuck in a situation like this. So, Jurassic Park, though, back to that, great piece there. Patrick, let's go to another one.
I've actually got two, to tell you the truth, because one just came into my head. Planet of the Apes, the remakes that we all know, and also the movie Hush, to tell you the truth. Mainly because with the whole super advanced chimpanzees thing, he's learning these new techniques, how he's breaking into the windows, unlocking the cars, like how are they supposed to like be something that's actively learning and something that's so advanced. For Hush, when the father comes home, like I remember hearing the synopsis of this movie where a deaf woman is attacked by a masked intruder, and that's where I got that idea from. Like, okay, so I got him thinking like, okay, the dad's gonna die because he can't even hear him coming.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Yeah. No.
So yeah, that's my 2 cents really.
I haven't seen Hush. Have either of you seen Hush?
I haven't seen it now.
I've seen it. Yeah, it was on Amazon Prime recently.
Okay.
Yeah, it was streaming free. You know how I go through my little October
Sure.
swoon every year where I just watch a million.
That's not the one with the
Horror.
lady that's deaf, is it?
I
That's the other one I'm thinking of. She's in
well,
the
I think it's a
woods.
similar setup. I don't think
Okay.
it's the one because it's a
Yeah.
dude, right?
Yeah, it's a guy.
Yeah. So yeah, no. But yeah, we'll have to check that movie out though. Q, let's go to another one over there.
So Gina reminded me of a scene in that has the same dynamic in Scream where he's kind of bopping around and then you see the you see the like I forget who I can't remember.
Was it
Maybe
the
you guys-
garage door?
No, it's not the garage door. It's in the car in an SUV, and you see the like I forget which kill it was, or it might have been Sydney, and she might not have been killed, but just kind of like slamming all the door locks shut, and then you see behind the camera from the camera perspective, you see the door open. It was like shot beat for beat the same shot. It was very similar. But that's not my main puzzle piece. The main puzzle piece I wanted to focus on was. One of my favorite recent horror movies of more recent vintage, 2014's It Follows by David Robert Mitchell, which if you remember there was I don't want to spoil It Follows, but you've had 12 years at this point. You should have watched it. It's a really good movie. But there is a climax involving trying to this creature, this entity that is following everybody, or the specific characters, they try to use a pool as a way to kind of neutralize it, if you remember, towards the end of that movie. And it reminded me of that when our characters were trying to no avail, two grown women, two young, healthy women, trying to pull this chimpanzee into the water. And I'm glad that they stayed true, because I was like, no, there's no way these two girls.
It's not happening.
You could have two Shaquille O'Neal's pulling on him, and he's not going to do it, right? It was this year that we had last year we had the big social media debate about 100 guys versus one gorilla, right?
Yeah.
And most people were like, no, 100 guys will die, and I tend to agree. Those things they're built out of pure muscle,
Especially a rabid ape.
a rabbit.
Right.
Then it's like over. Forget about it. You're all done. Every last one of you. Yeah. Also, the one like party dude who wanted to basically have sex. He was like that. Also pulls back.
Wait, were you guys
follows.
following that debate, by the way, on that social media? 100 human men versus one ape. What do you guys think?
The ape.
The
really.
ape.
Yeah.
The humans aren't. I think the parameters are humans aren't allowed to use their ingenuity to build a gun or some kind of weapon or something.
I
It's
don't
just
even
raw.
know about that. Like,
This
I'm
was a
so
whole thing on
checked out.
Twitter a few
Okay,
years,
yeah.
a few months ago last year.
Yeah, I would definitely go with the ape.
Go ape?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all day. Yeah,
I agree,
the humans
I agree.
would have no chance. So, I will go with one more. And speaking of great January releases, a few years back we got Megan, the first Megan movie, and just another silly, fun genre movie that just wants to have a blast with the idea of death by the family friend, like a unique family friend. In that case, it's an AI robot. In this case, it's their trained ape. But basically getting people together and killing them off, basically. And Megan kind of really leaned into the comedy, whereas this one, it was funny, but it wasn't like as funny. It was played a little bit more straight than Megan was, where Megan was like a straight up comedy movie more than it was a horror movie to begin with. But that same setup, though, the idea of like the family pet kind of becomes like becomes the big villain of the whole thing. And like, that going in, but like, it's so obvious that it's going to happen, and these idiots can't tell that that's what's going to happen here. So, Megan, my last one. Gina, one more from you.
And on that note, Dr. Watson from Righteous Gemstones is for sure the good, like the family pet, whatever helper that ends up wanting to kill them. Wants to kill Judy because she's awful.
And for anyone who hasn't seen Righteous Gemstones, it is the funniest show in the world.
It's my favorite show ever.
Yeah, and the family they get is it a chimp? I think it's a chimp. And
Yeah,
like
help,
a helper chimp.
He's like a little doctor.
Yeah.
monkey or whatever he is.
And it
Yeah, he used to help
might,
BJ, right? He's supposed to be an occupational therapist for BJ to help
Yes.
him
Yeah.
get back on his feet or
yeah,
whatever.
and it might have sinister ulterior motives, but we'll just leave it at that. But it's fantastic. So great one to
and then
include
my
here.
other, I wanted to throw one more in because it's your favorite movie of all time and all the
Oh yeah,
King
yeah.
Kong.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
and
that
King
is
Kong loved to tear out jaws and then play with them.
Oh yeah,
afterwards.
T-Rex
So,
jaws. Yeah, it was
yeah, absolutely. So, all right, let's go to one more from you.
Honestly, I've got nothing else left. I mean, there are a bunch of like family, like family close friends that turn out to be like maniac killers, and there. I think like a new one's coming out like in a year or two, like called Soulmate, which is supposed to be like a spin-off series for Megan.
Yeah, I think it got like literally like thrown in the trash because Megan 2 didn't do very
Right,
well, and so they were
yeah.
like, "We're just gonna forget this movie ever happened." It's supposed to come out next week, and there's no anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a bunch of like movies that have like the dynamic, like he's a good boy, he's a good boy. Like they adopt like a wild animal, or they make some kind of mechanism, and they just go rogue and just start killing everyone inside to protect the ones they love, or they just gone nuts.
Yeah,
So
it's a perfect setup for a silly, over-the-top horror movie where it's like you just want kills. Like you want this thing to go bad and kill. So absolutely. Q, let's go to one more over there.
So I got one more left in it. If you're talking about, I love where if it's a teen kind of semi-raunchy, like sex is implied, college kids partying type of affair, and they're kind of assholes. Like the kids are like kind of like they're shitty to each other a little bit. They're like there's like bad interpersonal relationships, and they have to work together to overcome eventually some kind of monster. And going back again to penultimate the ultimate scene, the climax of the scene involving a pool. My favorite Robert Rodriguez movie ever, 1998's The Faculty, where a lot of the interpersonal relationships with the kids felt the characters who were young felt a lot like these characters that we saw, where they were a little shitty to each other. They were friends, but they were kind of from different coming at things from a different angle. Like there were some tensions and fissures in some of these relationships, and I love that. I love when the characters are. If you're going to give me hot teens fighting something, make them kind of assholes.
Sure.
And make them kind of shitty to each other. I like that.
Yeah, and that's a throwback to that early 2000s era, and like
Yeah.
that was like just before. But yeah, The Faculty is a movie that comes up so often nowadays as like this like classic of that era. I don't remember that movie very well. I saw it, I think, with you possibly.
No, I saw that one with my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah, no, but that era, I have not seen that since then. Are you a fan of The Faculty, Gina?
I don't think I ever watched them.
We should
It's
watch
so
that
good.
movie.
We should watch
Yeah.
it tonight.
Let's watch it tonight when we go home. We got a sigh from the audience over here.
That was great.
Yeah, oh, really? Likes it? Okay. All right.
Faculty's classic.
Well, I think we got a lot of great puzzle pieces in here, but I want to hear from the audience. Does anybody have anything for us back there?
I think what was disturbing for the movie for me, I don't know if anybody has ever done a history of chimps in movies, but they always seem to be thrown in kind of gratuitously just to suddenly, we've run out of ideas and let's throw a monkey in or a chimp in. Just suddenly remembered this movie from the 80s, a Swedish movie that starred Susan Ansbach, an American actress, called Montenegro, and they had this prologue that seemed very serious and had to do with what you would see in the movie, and then they suddenly cut for 15 seconds to an image of a chimp bouncing up and down, just making you, just to make you laugh. Like, no reason, but I don't know.
Just to throw off the narrative of everything else happening, kind of, in a way?
Like, for whatever reason, let's have this serious opening and then cut for no reason to a chimp bouncing up and down. One other thing, I don't know if I imagined this as a child or if it actually existed, but wasn't there once a show that was a takeoff on James Bond movies, like a series, but it was all chimps dressed up in.
If there is, I want to watch
I
it
would
like
watch that.
immediately.
I would watch
Like,
That
I'm
is my
making
movie.
that up, but it's somewhere in my childhood memory.
I'm going to be searching for that when I get home. Absolutely. Like we need to watch that. Also, Montenegro must have been influence on Jordan Peele's Nope, as far as having Gordy just show up all of a sudden. And like I said, like there's reason there, but like certainly to just kind of shove him in all of a sudden, like, oh, here's a killer, disturbing chimp.
Did anybody remember BJ and the Bear?
BJ
Yeah, hell
and
yeah.
the Bear. Yeah, for sure. Anybody else have any puzzle pieces for us? Anybody have anything they want to throw in?
I guess I got two.
All right.
One is Roar, this movie with Tippi Hedren and Melanie Griffith. Tippi Hedren used to like have a wildlife preserve for lions, and they made this movie where that ended up with Melanie Griffith getting real stitches because the lions really attacked them like multiple times throughout. She was mauled. It's just a movie about why you don't have dangerous pets.
A good idea. But wait, so she in real life did, or the character?
In real life, her real mother had this wildlife preserve for lions, and she was mauled. She has like stitches in her head from that actual attack. Yeah.
And then they made
never
a
like
movie.
tried to kill them, but they're lions.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. The movie you were talking about before, when you said Thora Birch and a monkey, I immediately thought Dunstan Checks In.
That goes along with that for sure.
The Clint Eastwood movies, the two movies, I think it's like Any Which Way You Can and
Any Which Way But Loose.
yeah, Any Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. He
Yeah.
had like two movies in the middle of his career for no reason, where he was like a bare knuckle boxer, but he also had like a pet monkey that he just, or a
Hell
pet
yeah.
orangutan that he took around with him. And finally, Monkey Shine,
Monkey
with
Shine.
a capuchin as a helper monkey for a while, for him being a quadriplegic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Monkey Shine is one that I wanted to watch before this,
Yeah.
just to kind of prep for it, because I was like, obviously.
That cover in the video store just is like seared in my mind.
Absolutely.
With like the switchblade.
Yeah, every time walking through Blockbuster or any like mom and pop video store back in the 80s and 90s, like you'd always see that videotape. And I've always wanted to watch it. I've never actually seen that
It's
movie. It's pretty wonderful, I bet.
Yeah, you like it.
Yeah, I'm sure I
You
would.
love it.
Hell yeah. As long as there's a crazy monkey, I'm down. Let's get into some closing thoughts here. Gina, anything you want to mention about the movie?
No, I mean, it was fun. For some reason, in the trailer, I thought there was a blonde, and there wasn't. So that's kind of weird that but that's what I thought.
Wasn't one of the
Wasn't
girls
the main
blonde?
character?
Yeah.
No,
main
I don't
character girl
think
was
she was
blonde.
really that blonde.
She had like
She's not
sandy
blonde enough
blonde.
I thought it was like more.
Dirty blonde.
No, I thought there was like a blonde.
Give us blondes in these movies, damn it.
No,
like
I
a
just
platinum
made-
blonde, like a strikingly blonde
No,
blonde.
because before
Maybe it was the
I
one.
saw the movie, I was trying to think of
Wonder
some
was
puzzle
blonde.
pieces, and I was like, well, there's lots of horror movies with like dumb blondes that get killed.
No, that's true.
But
There
anyway-
are
Gina
lots
was
of
looking
those.
forward to it.
Yeah.
She was like, kill
guess.
that blonde.
I
Don't want to
guess
see her
so.
die.
Yeah.
I don't know,
There
but
was
it's
a-
just
there is
weird.
a
It's
slutty
just
girl that
weird when
always
the
gets killed,
trailers.
too.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
true.
when you remember like different things from a trailer.
Yeah. No, that's
But anyway, not really any closing thoughts.
that's fine. Patrick, how are you?
Yeah, it was a very entertaining watch. It was fun to watch. Got me on the edge of my seat sometimes. Like I do love horror movies, but not with not that much, blood and gore, especially with a rabid chimp, so to speak. Also, a closing statement. I did want to address I felt like that the father was gonna pull like A Quiet Day with what's his name?
Oh, the Office guy.
Yeah, John Krasinski. I thought he was going to pull that at the end, really, because really, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. And the girls would have to live on their own. Like, I'm just used to seeing that. Really.
Yeah. He did start like whacking him and stuff, but like he didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
You would break your hand doing that.
I
You
know.
would break your hand if
Yeah.
if you've ever touched a primate, like they are just solid rocks of like I had a client that was one of these like ridiculous awful zoos.
You had a client who was a primate?
No,
Yeah.
I had a client who was. I had a client in Miami that actually appeared on they were a minor character on the on that awful Joe Exotic Netflix show, and they were in a couple of episodes, and they fuck them. I'll say whatever I want. They defaulted on their bill. They owed us like $200,000, so fuck them. But they I don't even remember the name of their of the zoo Wildlife Foundation or something like that. But I would go there and to like familiarize yourself with the product and the service and the company. I would they would let you do the experiences with the animals, which I would never do again. And I would recommend to people, don't do that shit. It's really bad. I was actually just researching about the history of primates, of monkeys and apes in movies. It's a really bad history up until like the last 30 years. It's like horrible and exploitative and abusive and really bad. And I think it should be, mentioned that it's good that they do things like this now where it's clearly an actor along with some character design. And I don't know if it's practical effects or CGI, but there's no animals harmed in this, and that's how it should be. Shouldn't even be involved in this.
Absolutely, yeah, because they don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
It's something like this.
I've got another closing thought.
All right.
This is way too damn late. Like, I'm literally falling asleep during the podcast.
Okay, I think that's yeah.
Thank you, Gina.
We're gonna skip Gina's plugs for that comment. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to give one more shout out to the score, which I can't get over how good that score
Really
was.
good.
Just fantastic
Better
stuff.
than it had any right to be.
No, yeah,
Just
totally.
Like
Just
a great Carpenter-esque, like synthy.
I'm gonna be
scary-
remembering this at the end of 2020. So this is my first movie of the year. I'm gonna be remembering this at the end of the year. But and also great gore. So I'm all for that. But fine, Gina, what do you want to plug? And then you can go to sleep.
Plug
Okay.
bedtime.
I promise.
My plug is that hopefully whoever the studio or distributor,
Okay, all right.
have the movie start at 6 o'clock instead of 7 o'clock.
Gina is very sleepy, getting a little cranky.
But also, if you need a wedding photographer, I'm your girl.
Just
There
don't
you go.
schedule it late.
Don't schedule it late.
Don't schedule
Exactly.
it-
Well, no. If we're getting paid, I can stay up till
You can stay up with
midnight.
his
or
wife.
I'll give you $20. Is that okay?
Gina, don't cheapen yourself. Don't. It's not worth it.
Patrick, where can people find that film that you said you got coming up?
You can find all the information on Instagram. Me and my producer Kay and I are still looking for like crew and cast. So if you guys are interested or know any actors who are interested, we're also going to a mixer tomorrow to see if we can get some more hands.
Sweet.
So yeah, just hit me or him up and I can send out more information.
Do you want to say anything about what kind of movie it is, or like what the setup is, or anything like that? Or
Yeah, it's pretty much like a whole drama, so to speak, like where four friends are celebrating their late friend and secrets are getting revealed when they're playing their party game. One of them is antisocial because they don't want to play it at all. So, secrets revealed, plot twists,
cool.
some funny moments as well. But again, it's just a simple forward movie.
right on.
What's your Insta handle? So I'll follow you.
Patrick.Nelson Jr.
Awesome. Right on. Q, how about you?
All Points Plus is out there, baby. We are doing lots of fun communications and integrated. I don't know if you're like a chief marketing officer, chief information officer, chief technology officer, or chief communications officer listening to this movie podcast right now.
Hey, they might like movies.
Yeah.
They might like movies about killer chimps.
Hire us, and we are we're doing a lot of crisis management these days. So
Yeah. Well, there you go.
which I think the state of Hawaii's Department of Health will need after this movie's over.
Yeah,
because apparently they just introduced rabies to the island, which they mentioned.
Mongooses with rabies just running around
We
everywhere.
never got an origin story on the mongoose.
Yeah,
where did that come from? If there's no,
Yeah.
whatever.
I feel like that wasn't needed because, like, we all see how animals get rabies or how they get corrupted. Like, we see that every time. I think this was a nice change of pace. Like,
Yeah.
it got in his cage, it bit him, like, and in the beginning, we actually do see it actually hints at it as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that wasn't needed. I
Movies
like
that know we've all seen horror movies are some of my favorite horror movies. So, well, we will be back here at Maya Cinemas in February. We'll be announcing that movie very soon, but just keep an eye out at Piecing Pod on all the socials to find out about that. And thank you to Maya Cinemas for having us. And that's our show for tonight. Thanks, everybody. Get Gina to bed now.
Hi, this is Wax Trax Records here on 2909 South Decatur. We buy all your old 45s, your old albums, any type of music memorabilia. Also, we sell music memorabilia, albums, CDs, and a lot. Come on down to Wax Trax, 2909 South Decatur, or give me a call at 702-362-4300. Thank you very much.
Strike that woman down.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation about Primate. Thank you to Gina Mizzoni, David Quinones, and Patrick Nelson for joining me on that one. Thank you to Maya Cinemas for having us out. Thank you to everyone who showed up at Maya Cinemas for the live recording of this podcast. And thank you to you for listening. As always, if you want to support the show, all you got to do is keep on listening, but you could also subscribe to our mailing list. It's over there on Substack. You could also check out our Patreon, the Produced by David Rosen Patreon, where I post bonus and advanced content, also video versions of these live shows most of the time, and lots of other stuff. You can do that at patreon.com/bydavidrosen. And of course, like I said at the top of the show, make sure you're following along at Piecing Pod on all the socials to stay up to date on everything that we are up to. With that said, I am going to close it out with a piece of music. I wanted to mention real quick before the song I'm actually going to play, I recently played the music from the film Croak, which is a short film that I scored like 15 years ago about a frog that mutates and kills its owner, its scientist owner. Is one of my favorite things I've ever scored. And the gore effects in it and the score that I did both remind me so much of what was done here in this movie Primate. So I was going to go out with that one, but I just played it recently. I can't remember what movie it was. There must have been some recent monster movie that I played it on. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, no. I got to go with a Pup Pup song because there is a song from our album, another one already, but you just had one. It's called Don't Be a Monkey. And so we are going with Don't Be a Monkey to close out this episode on Primate. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll be back with more Piecing It Together real soon. If you're a cat, if you're a moose, if you're a duck, a silly goose, might be a tiger, might be a bumblebee, but you can't just go around doing anything you please. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be a baboon or a chimpanzee, just don't be a monkey. Don't be a monkey. If you want, you could even be a monkey, just don't be a monkey. Don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. Now you might be asking yourself, what if I'm already a monkey? Well, don't be a monkey. Yeah, you're a funny little, silly little, funky little, crazy little monkey. Don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey. You can be whatever you wanna be, but I'm just trying to tell you, don't be a monkey.
An All Points West production, produced by David Rosen in Las Vegas.
Now, so I don't forget. I'm so excited I could forget. I'm going to talk about a chimp bashing in faces. That's what I've always wanted from one of these podcasts. All right, so wait, yours is too. Mine's like way lower than yours.
I think we gotta switch.
Well, I don't think I can get yours any. 1 second, everybody. Lord, this thing is too tight.
These kind of things make me want to just rip the jaw off.
Oh, don't even know, man.
Then you could
I've
just
seen that
make
all
me
over.
talk a little bit.
A gummy jaw.
Squishy jaw, right, coming right off. Quick AP style guide note before we get started, guys. He's not a monkey, so
Yes,
don't call him
he's a
a monkey.
chimpanzee.
Okay, a
He's a
chimpanzee.
chimpanzee.
That's right.
And
We don't want
I
to be
learned that from
racist.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike.
Yeah. Goddamn
He's a great ape. He's not a monkey.
And a monkey.